Yes, you can divorce even if your spouse does not agree to it. You don't have to feel trapped in your marriage if you actually want a divorce. What you really need to do is to know what are the reasons for divorce that you can commence if your spouse does not agree to. So normally in this situation, the two reasons that you can go for if your spouse disagrees to the divorce proceeding could be, firstly, unreasonable behavior of the responding party, or 4 year separation without consent by the responding party. Unreasonable behavior could relate to behavior that makes you find that the marriage is intolerable to continue. You no longer want to continue the marriage because of this behavior, and you cannot find it in yourself to continue living with the responding party and continue the marriage. That's what constitutes the unreasonable behavior. Now, for 4 year separation without consent of the responding party is very straightforward. It just means that you have separated from your spouse for 4 years, for a total of at least 4 years. So if you have separated for more than 4 years already, well, that's even better because it has exceeded the 4 years. Separation generally means that you no longer operate as a family unit with your spouse. So that means when you go out, you no longer introduce your spouse as your spouse. People know that you are separated. You guys have started to live your own life. You don't cook with each other. You don't do each other's laundries. You don't do chores for each other. However, if let's say you are still staying together in the same house, that is still okay if you guys are not sharing a room and you guys have essentially started treating each other as housemates. So like I said, don't do chores for each other, don't eat with each other, don't do anything with each other. If you do, however, have kids and you do interact with your spouse for the purpose of co-parenting, then that is just the responsibilities that you have to fulfill as part of co-parenting. Of course, if you want to ascertain whether or not you have fulfilled the elements of 4 year separation, you can still seek legal advice. Same for unreasonable behavior. So if you want to seek legal advice, do prepare the necessary information and then just arrange for a consultation, and the lawyers will be able to advise you on the information that they may need from you in order for you to fulfill the grounds of divorce by way of unreasonable behavior or 4 year separation.